hunting private land here in St. Joseph County, Michigan. I think today is going to be a really good day. Earlier this week, the temperatures were like 75 degrees, and a cold front came through and dropped the temps about 20 degrees. It's like 55 right now. It rained this morning, and it's kind of partly cloudy right now, and about a 10-mile-an-hour wind. So pre-rut activity should be picking up pretty good, especially after that cold front and after the rain. Where I'm sitting tonight is basically a pinch point between two bedding areas. Right in front of my tree here at 30 yards is a smoking hot, fresh scrape. It looks like it was worked maybe even after the rain this morning, which would have been late in the morning because it didn't stop raining till, I don't know, probably 10 o'clock or so down here. So depending on what buck did that, he's probably bedded pretty close, I would guess. Everything is pointing in the right direction tonight. The date on the calendar is good. My location is good. The weather's good. The only thing is, down in this valley, the wind does swirl a little bit. So that's kind of the layout for today. Seems like it should be pretty high odds chance of at least laying eyes on some deer tonight. So fingers crossed one of my 2-shooters comes through here and I get a crack at him. legal time yet. And this has been a little bit of a disappointing night, if I'm honest. It's supposed to be a similar wind in the morning, and I've got a trail camera right down here, so I'll probably check that this evening and see if any of my shooters have been using this area lately. If they have, I might sit here again in the morning, and if not, I might go someplace else. So obviously, with it being the last half hour of daylight here, this is the best half hour of the whole evening. So it's very possible for something to happen yet in these last few minutes here. But if not, what I do in the morning is probably going to depend on what that camera shows. I'll have to think about it tonight and see how I feel in the morning. But fingers crossed something comes through yet tonight and I can shoot it. But we'll find out in the next 30 minutes or less. It's the 26th of October today, Saturday morning, and I'm in the same stand that I hunted last night. Last night I saw a couple of small bucks and does, nothing to write home about, but I checked my trail camera that's in this area after the hunt, and one of my 2 target bucks has been in this area in the mornings 4 of the last 7 mornings. So the way I see it, I've got about a 50-50 chance of seeing him this morning, and if I see him, I got about a 50-50 chance as to whether or not I kill him. So in the deer hunting world, that's about as high of odds as you're gonna get. It's about 40 degrees with a light northwest wind, which blows right in my face, which is perfect for this spot. I've already heard a few deer moving around in this area this morning, so I'm probably going to keep this short. It's still pretty dark yet, but I just, no sense in getting busted before it's daylight, so I'm going to sit tight, wait for daylight, and like I said, as far as deer hunting goes, I got about the highest odds as you can get this morning, so definitely on pins and needles this morning. We'll see how it all shakes out. Wish me luck. right. It's 10:20 right now. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes and then wrap it up. But so far, no dagger sightings this morning. I think with him being so active in this area in the mornings, I probably shouldn't hunt this in the afternoons. I should probably try to save some pressure and then hunt this tomorrow morning if the wind is right for it and see what happens then. So tonight I should probably go to a different stand. I've got one in mind that the wind's right for, and it's in the vicinity of where my 5-year-old shooter daylighted the other day. I have not sat there all year. It's a stand that I usually save for the rut, but I might try it tonight. So that's the plan. I'll see you then. Alright, it is Saturday, October 26th, and I'm out here in St. Joseph County, Michigan. Tonight I am hunting this spot for the first time all year, and basically what it boils down to is I'm right on the edge of a giant bedding area. This is a swamp that goes on for like a mile, obviously down through this property and through all the neighbors' properties and stuff like that, but it's super thick down in there, and the deer love to bed in it. On the other side of my stand is kind of a little ridge, I guess you could say, where it's just a few feet higher up than the ground around it. And on the other side of that ridge, it gets thick again a little bit. And so usually does like to bed in that little pocket of thick stuff right in front of me. And I did bump a deer out of there on my way in, but it's hard to avoid that here. I'm really kind of hoping to capitalize on a buck coming through, cruising, hitting scrapes, doing that sort of thing. So we'll see how it plays out tonight. Fingers crossed one of my shooters comes through and I get a nice 20-yard shot at him. But time will tell. So we'll see what happens. should probably show you that, and then I'll switch my batteries. I don't even know how many deer I've seen tonight. It's like the little bucks are like sharks with blood in the water. They're just everywhere circling looking for does. It's super fun, but man, it's kind of hectic and crazy. And I don't know what in the world that one buck did. I have no idea what that is, but I don't know. Anyways, I can hear more crashing off in the distance. The wind is not right to hunt this spot tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna hunt a different stand that's not terrible far from here. It's probably 150 yards, I'm guessing. But the wind's good for that spot, so I'll be close to this area where all this action is going on, but I won't be right in this stand. I got probably 15 minutes of good camera light left. So hopefully a shooter comes through in the next 15 minutes, but if not, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Alright guys, Sunday, October 27 today. I am sitting in an area that one of my target bucks uses quite a bit in the mornings. Should be a good morning. I got my camera arm set this morning and I was reaching into my backpack to grab my camera out and I could hear some crashing coming my way, so I stopped and just listened, and it was definitely a buck chasing a doe that came right by my stand here, but it was way too dark to tell what it was. The grunts sounded like not like a 1.5-year-old, but probably not a 4 or 5-year-old either, so some sort of a decent buck, but you know, who knows what you can tell from the grunts. But anyways, it's like 30 degrees this morning, some light fog out in the open areas, and it's going to be a east wind shifting to south by the end of the morning. Clear skies. It just feels like a great late October morning. There should be some deer cruising, and it feels even better to have a lot of recent intel on a shooter buck in this area. So fingers crossed, it could be a good morning. So as you can probably see behind me, it's starting to get daylight. So I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna pay attention because this should be a good morning. disappointing morning. It's about 10 o'clock, so I think I'm going to wrap it up because I've got some trail cameras that I want to check and move before I head home today. The forecast doesn't look great for the next few days here. Looks like it's going to be warm again, so I don't know if I'll do any public land stuff if it's going to be hot. But who knows? The weatherman's wrong a lot, so we'll see what it actually ends up being. Kind of I don't want to say slow weekend because last night was a ton of action, but just no shooters this weekend. Didn't see any shooters, so that's kind of a bummer. But I don't know. They say the October lull is a thing. I don't know if it always is or not, but the rut's coming up here soon, so I want to check a couple trail cameras before I go. I want to move a couple trail cameras and just kind of get things set because any day now things are going to be breaking open here, and we're going to be hitting the seeking and chasing phase before too long. So things only go up from here. I don't know yet if this is the end of the episode or if I'll do any more hunting out on public land, but if this is the end, then I will see you next time. And if it's not the end, I will see you in the woods. So, that being said, it's definitely all for this morning.